A very good evening to you. Welcome to the midweek edition of the show. Promises to be exciting as always. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, of course, Channels Television news comes first above every other thing else, and that's why tonight we're starting the show by taking you to the United States of America. We're bringing you a piece of breaking news about what's going on right now in Washington, D.C. Of course, protesters have swarmed the Capitol building, that's in Washington, D.C., forcing a lockdown and halting a debate in the House of Representatives and Senate. The U.S. Congress was meeting to confirm President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College victory when the protesters arrived at the Capitol building. And of course, Vice President Mike Pence earlier said he will not block the certification of Biden as president-elect despite demands from President Trump. It's a fluid situation right now. You can see pictures on your screen of what is going on. It's supposed to be a big day for the United States of America, where the certification of the election result was supposed to have taken place there today by the Congress. All right, to give us more updates, our Washington, D.C. correspondent Maria Bird is joining us right now. Greetings to you, Maria. Thanks for joining us tonight. Give us updates on the current situation at Capitol Hill right now. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, Maria. So good to have you. I think we're trying to sort out one or two issues, and of course, we get Maria to tell us what is currently happening. We hear the mayor of the city is requesting for additional troops to be able to handle the current situation is getting out of hand. We also hear that some of the protesters have been able to breach the Capitol Hill and gotten into All right, so Maria, just quickly give off the update as you have it right now.
Thank you for having me. Yes, we are in a very critical time in the U.S. This is unprecedented. We were looking to have certified the election, and we are now in the midst of one woman being wounded. There's been gunfire. There are individuals who have stormed the Capitol building. They are climbing through windows, breaking windows. The congressional members have been barricaded in their offices. They're being asked to stay in those locations, locking all doors. It's been a complete lockdown in the Capitol building at this time. They've obviously had to stop the debate floor. There were individuals rushing the debate floor, protesters that just stormed the Capitol, which anyone who's ever been to Washington and been in the Capitol is a very secure facility that you're not allowed to enter without going through special clearances and obviously, security checks. And so to have armed individuals in the Capitol is something that has not been seen, something like this before. So we are in a stand down approach. Local officials obviously have put every single police force in place to be able to come and support those Capitol police officers that are trying to de-escalate the situation. And you can see thousands of people are surrounding the Capitol at this time and are moving forward to, to do what many people are just surprised at and potentially cause harm to congressional members and obviously to individuals within that building.
All right, can you quickly confirm? We understand that these protesters are pro-Trump supporters.
Yes, they are pro-Trump supporters. There was a march a little bit earlier. President Trump came out and spoke to his supporters for a little more than an hour earlier today. They then began to march toward the Capitol, and that's when you began to see them storm the Capitol building a little into an hour after the beginning of the certification process. And they were in a debate session at the time, the congressional members to certify the next president for the U.S. So that is kind of what led to this protest. But they were known a few days ago that these protesters would be coming to Washington. So the real question is why the Department of Defense did not have armed forces available to be able to secure the congressional buildings, specifically the Capitol.
All right, before we let you go, Maria, it does appear that the mayor of the city, it looks like he's not being able to handle the situation, is asking for additional troops from the National Guard. Do you think he'll be able to get that and be able to quell the situation?
Well, yeah. So these are the police that are currently now being enlisted are the Capitol Police. And so because the congressional buildings are within federal property, there's a different police force outside of the Washington Police. But the Washington Police are now involved in participating with the Capitol Police. But this was a federal land. And so this is managed by the federal government. And those are individuals that were initially put in place. But yes, the armed forces hopefully will now be deployed despite the rejection by the Department of Defense for the initial request to be able to have the National Guard to be on place to secure the congressional building.
All right, thank you, Maria, for taking out time to talk to us. Thanks for the updates. We'll speak to you later on. All right, so that's Maria Bird, your Washington correspondent, giving us updates on the current situation at the Capitol Hill in the United States. Was supposed to be a big day today, turned out to be an anti-climax. But we'll give you more updates on the news. We'll continue monitoring the situation in the United States. All right, so let's get back into it. Let's talk sports on the show tonight. Let's tell you about what happened in the CAF Champions League to the Aba Elephants today. Of course, they've crashed out of the CAF Champions League despite winning today in Aba. Let's give you a confirmation of the result quickly. The Aba Elephants were able to defeat their opponents from Sudan. 2-1 it was. They were able to win, but that did not do them any good as, of course, they dropped out of the competition and they are now will be playing in the CAF Confederation Cup. Well, this one also happened today. WAFU Under-17 tournament wasn't a good start for the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria that lost their opening game to Cote d'Ivoire by a lone goal. And, of course, because of that, they are working on thin ice as we speak because the next game is against Nigeria's rivals, that's Ghana. And, of course, they are in a must-win situation. It's not really looking good. Three teams in a group. All right, so let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. The Aba Elephants wasn't a good day. Considered a goal early in the game. And, of course, at that point, the chances of doing the unthinkable was always very, very slim. Got 2 goals back, won that game. But Al Marek advanced 4-2 on goal aggregate. They advanced. So Eyimba dropped to the CAF Confed Cup. That's CAF Confederation Cup. They've dropped to the second, should I say, second tier. No disrespect to the CAF Confederation Cup, but to a lot of people, that's what it is. So they've dropped in that one, and we'll see what happens. As we've already told you, the game between Rivers United and Bloemfontein Celtics, of course, should have gone on today, but it didn't go on. Also, today, across the country, 7 cities in the country, football matches were played. Match day 4, NWFL Premiership. We're talking about the ladies making us proud, doing it well. That's why Amazons defeated Delta Queens 1-0. Bayelsa Queens defeated, of course, Confluence Queens 2-1. Sunshine Queens played a goalless draw with Edo Queens. Royal Queens beat Osun Babes by a lone goal. And other results from matches played today. Dream Stars ladies was a very close one. Defeated Ibom Angels 3-2. FC Robo Queens Rampant was a 5-1 victory over Pelican Stars. This is matches played today in the NWFL Premiership. Match day 4 results right there, all for you. And of course, the game yet to be played is Rivers Angels and Abia Angels. So that's it. All right, with the time we have left on the show, let's get some perspective on all of the things that I've talked about that has happened today. We're now joined by Aikoje Ojekere. He's going to be telling us his views on all of the things that has happened today. Aikoje, it's good to have you join us again on the show tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. So I don't know where you want to start from. We're pressed for time, but we want to talk about. Okay, take a stab at it. Eyimba, were you surprised at the outcome? I knew they were going to win. but I knew it probably wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were going to win that game, but the score line, and will they have played without El Marek scoring? Incidentally, the same man who scored a hat trick, Malik, scored again. So when you're coming from a 3-goal advantage, you're fired up. You want to just finish the job, and that's what they showed. They showed more interest, and no surprise, they scored first. Enyimba had to fight back, then scored a second one. 2-1 wasn't good enough. With due respect to the guys at Enyimba, it wasn't a good side. I think in terms of quality, not the best of Enyimba squad. Osho needs to do a lot of work. So I mean, the journey continues anyway in the CAF Confederations Cup right now. But then there are loads of the likes of Pyramids. Raja has dropped to the CAF Confederations Cup. Orlando Pirates there. So there's still a lot of work to be done by Enyimba if they will scale the playoff stage.
All right. Well, I'm tempted to ask you what next. A lot of people feel, okay, CAF Confederation Cup, it might be a lot easier, and Enyimba might have time to sort themselves out. And who knows? They might just be winning this tournament.
Well, the truth about all tournaments is, as long as you find yourself in there, you have to give the best that you can. Champions League is past tense now, so what is before them is the CAF Confederations Cup, meaning they still have another chance to make a splash in the continent. It's not over, but like I said earlier on, you've got Pyramids. Raja were knocked out by a Senegalese team playing for the first time in the tournament. And so that tells you Raja is also in there. There's Pyramids, there's a 12 of Sahel. I mentioned Orlando Pirates earlier on. Then some other teams who might think are not big names, as Kigali that knocked out KCCA. So for Enyimba, they have to go there, fight to overcome the group stage. And of course, if they make it to there's a hurdle. They have to pass the playoff to make it to the group stage. When they pass the playoff, they will come talking about Enyimba winning the title. But for now, they should be preparing to overcome, again, and to go through that group stage. They're going to meet one of the teams from the Confederations Cup originally. And if they can do that, then we can be talking about Enyimba getting to the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup.
All right. Good one there. Akuji, let me quickly get your thoughts on Rivers United and all the mild drama around how the issue around the postponement, how we got to that. Do you have fears of any backlash, or do you think CAF will just say, okay, fine, let's give you another date, and all is well as well?
Well, let's start from the good one. UNICEF, the club sponsor, Rivers United sponsor, have extended their sponsorship, with Rivers United, the longest in the league since started with Sharks and moved over to Rivers United 2016. 2021, UNICEF still in the league with Rivers United. That's a good one for the brand and, of course, for Rivers United. Then coming to the CAF Confederations Cup, I thought it would have been handled much better because as it is now, a release came out yesterday stating that the case will be submitted to the competent body within CAF to decide on the appropriate course of action to follow. Again, the playoff first leg in the CAF Confederations Cup has been scheduled for February 14, second leg February 21, meaning that whatever has to happen must be cleared before February 14. And the way it is, I'm just hoping that we don't lose out completely in this. That is Rivers United not being disqualified. It's just not clear. Will the match be taken to a neutral ground? That's for CAF and all to go through. I thought Celtic would have been allowed to fly straight to Port Harcourt, undergo all the tests. Well, I'm not a medical person. All those in charge of that should know how that would have been able to work out. But when you look at the fact that other teams, other Chiefs went to Angola to play, Galaxy from Botswana went to South Africa to play Mamelodi Sundowns. I may not really understand why the Nigerian authorities refused to allow Celtic in. Again, going back to the first paragraph in that release I just read, Nigerian football, this from CAF, Nigeria Football Federation last night stated that the South African delegation cannot be exempted from the required quarantine. The match shall not take place as scheduled Wednesday, January 6th. So no surprise the match didn't hold. And so we're all waiting for CAF to decide what next.
All right.
If allowed into Nigeria, what will happen? Will the match be played elsewhere? Which country will be willing to host the game? That's a big one for all to consider.
All right, so fingers crossed. Hopefully things don't backfire. Since now it appears we're going to have 2 teams in the CAF. Well, I'm saying 2 teams because I hope that Rivers United will cross the hurdle.
We want them. We're hoping they cross. The cross is hurdle. With the first leg advantage.
Okay. All right, let's really talk about, before we talk about the ladies, let's talk about what has happened today. WAFU Under-17 tournament. I'm having a feeling of deja vu because it just happened the same way with the Under-20 guys. And I hope 2021 will not, I don't know what to say. But of course, I know you already know we lost today to Cote d'Ivoire Under-17. I know it's age grade tournament, but that does not mean we should be losing all the time.
Well, we lost to a country with a better age grade facility, age grade developmental strategy, age grade developmental program. We sometimes we put undue pressure on them. The kind of pressure we put on the Super Eagles, we want to put it on players in the age grade category, especially under 17. When were the players called to camp? How were the players selected? I pity Coach Fatai Amao. I don't envy him at a time like this. He went through a tough process getting these guys together. Then you look to COVID, the MRI, all these. They're all distractions, and we're expecting. It's not magic. We're expecting him to go there and do. Is it great? That's the truth. I hear we must qualify. If you don't do the right thing, you can't qualify. It's not automatic. At any rate, it's developmental. At this point, what should be looking at for guys, talent, young guys who can make it to the next level, prepare them for the under U20 level, and that's the thing. They've lost one game now. I can imagine the kind of pressure the coach will be. Then the coach will pass this to the players, and truth be told, these are players who are supposed to be in the age grade category. Should they be under this kind of pressure? The answer is no. If you don't prepare well, if you don't have if you don't set up structures for age grade football, it won't work. Perhaps that's what we're saying now.
Okay, all right. Let's leave the guys now and talk about the ladies. Coach J, match day 4 results. I'm very sure you're already aware of all the results, and of course the one that is yet to be played. Your impression and any surprises on match day 4?
I've been hearing a lot of stories about the Pelican team that came to Lagos and lost to Robo. You see, sometimes our coaches need to need to learn how to speak, because the way our coaches speak in Nigeria sometimes turns fans away from the game. I listened to the Pelican Stars coach, and he didn't cover himself in glory at the post-match conference.
After they lost to Robo Queens.
Robo Queens, exactly. After they lost to Robo Queens. He was just giving us all the problems in the world. And my question is, welcome to Lagos. If you had all these problems to contend with in Calabar, back in the days, Pelican used to be one of the. We had players from Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, coming to play for Pelican Stars, but all that has changed now. If you're not ready, again, you go back to club licensing too. How did this team also get? How did this team get the clearance to play in the league? If the coach comes, simple post-match conference. What happened to your team? And they're just giving us loads of problems, problems that shouldn't have even allowed the team to register in the first instance. But I'll talk about Robo. Somehow has done a good job. We've seen players from the team, Asisat from the team, Rashidat Ajibade also from the team. He's bringing up a lot of talent from that team, and one must commend him. Good result for him, and I hope that the team gets a good one at the end of the day.
All right, before we let you go, Coach J, we've seen match day 4. Can you say anything about the standard of the league? Any signs of improvement?
Certainly. I mean, you might the quality of players might not be the same anymore, but then the coaches that's how we need the right coaches, the right caliber of coaches in teams. In some of these teams, truth is we don't have the right kind of coach. And then when you don't have the right kind of coach, how do you get the right kind of player? That's the thing. I mean, the coach will only give the player the best that he knows. If he doesn't know much, that's what's going to pass over to the team. But then, I think we've seen some decent players, decent teams. Robo, some of the teams outside of Lagos too. Sunshine Queens, Bielsa. So overall, they just have to continue to do what consistently, and that I think will help them at the end of the day, especially when you consider the fact that these players know they've got a chance to play for the national team, play for 8 great teams, and the likes of Asisat and Ajibade always be signs for the players to see that they can get out if they continue to do well.
All right, Coach Ojekere, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. It's been nice having you with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
As our man, Coach Ojekere, giving us his thoughts and perspective on all the issues. Well, that's a wrap on the show tonight. We hope that you've enjoyed this abridged version of the show. We'll be back here again tomorrow to do what we love doing best, which is taking you on a trip across the money spinning world of sports. I'm Yemi Adbaya. Bye-bye now.